If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know I have great respect for Alex Hormozi, Gary V, Ryan Pineda, and many others who, and Codie Sanchez. Let's not forget Codie Sanchez, who really pushed the idea of entrepreneurship. I think they are helping lots of people. They are helping me opening my eyes to what is possible. But that said, I think all four of them are wrong. When I watch their content, I get motivated. When I watch their content, I also can step back and try to see what they're really saying. And I think what they're really telling us is entrepreneurship is the path to financial freedom. I fundamentally believe that is wrong for most people. In fact, I believe most people, if they focused on their day job, they did some of the basic things like live below your means, track disposable income, invest the difference, can earn financial freedom faster and with less risk. In order to have this conversation, we're going to talk to Dion, and it looks like the lumberjack is joining as well. Dion, break us in and we'll catch Matt up in a second.
Matt was probably dealing with that job
That W
thing that he
job
has.
thing. Yes.
And so I'm right there with you, Mike. I like to watch people like Gary V and Alex Hormozi, and even Ryan Pineda for motivation. Like they've got that fast speech thing that just gets you going, right?
Yep.
But like you, I really don't agree with the hustle culture, and it's why I don't think I'll ever be invited on somebody like their channel. And the example that I use is my brother reached financial freedom by owning a tree service. My other brother owns a tree service, and my dad owned a tree service. So I'm a family of entrepreneurs. They run their own businesses. I joined the Marine Corps because that was easier than tree work. And
that's wild.
My brother, who retired at 50, I thought he was insane. He would work a 10 to 14-hour day doing trees, and then he'd go and he'd buy rentals that needed full gut rehabs, like mobile homes falling down, and he has craftsman skills. He'd do 5 hours a day redoing that 2, 3, 4 months, and then he'd have a rental, put it in place. I don't want to run my own business. I've always been an employee, and I don't have craftsman skills. And after doing this, my first and last burr right now, I'm not doing another rehab because even managing the crews is more than what I want to do. I reached financial freedom by putting my job first,
right,
and increasing income, and then taking that money and putting it to work in rentals that didn't need work. Right from the MLS, I put $1,000 or $2,000, have a handyman go do maybe 1 or 2 days worth of things to that property. If it took work, if I had to be an entrepreneur, I probably would have done 40 for 40 for 40 like most people do, because thinking that entrepreneurialism is the only other option would have stopped me in my tracks.
Yeah, you and me both. Matt, just to catch you up, we're doing a video basically. Alex Hormozi, Codie Sanchez, Gary V, Ryan Pineda are wrong. My feeling is they push that entrepreneurship is the only path to financial freedom. I believe that's right for some people, but wrong for most people. The three of us, at least Dion and I, we're not entrepreneurs. You certainly have that gene. You lean that direction. But I would argue your W-2 is what fed your passion to build real estate. What do you think of all that?
Well, if Pineda and Meet Kevin want to see what the future looks like, take a good gander, kids. This is what it looks like. Old and haggard. I mean, so I think that you're right. I think a lot of people think that they can be an entrepreneur and they have no clue. They have no clue. Working for yourself is 24/7. Working for somebody else in most cases is not 24/7. It might be 5 by 10. Maybe, right? Maybe. I mean, we both worked in the, in the wonderful world of software. Yep. And you live your life a lot, but as you climb the ladder, you get paid more and more and more for your life. That's how it works. So I could be in great position for the rest of my life if I were just a W-2 employee, because I was an earner. I was a learner and I was an earner. And so I'd be okay for the rest of my life. The problem with that was that I wouldn't have nearly the size multiplier on it.
Right.
Not nearly the size. And so I'm an idiot. So I've worked, 50, 60 hours a week as a W-2 job over the last, we'll average it and we'll say it over the last 26 years. And I've worked 5 to 25 hours a week in my fun stuff, real estate. And so I'm going to be able to stop much earlier and retire probably with 2 or 3 times as much.
Yeah. This is really important to me because I think more and more people are attracted to our stories because they are the day job is not evil. The W-2
No.
is not evil.
It's not.
It is really positioned as I really get the feeling that you're supposed to hate your job. And I get it. Some people do. I would advise if you could just pivot on that concept and look at your job as the tool that
Mhm.
will earn financial freedom, it gets a
Mhm.
lot easier, right? If you
course.
could look at, yeah, if you could look at your job and saying, I'm going to do this for 10 years and then start tracking your countdown. I don't know about you guys when you were in school, Matt, that was a really long time ago for
Yeah.
you, right? Ninth grade. But
You
I
guys
don't
are
know
a
about
lot
you.
older and I was done school a lot sooner.
Exactly. How'd that work? But I would like the last 2 months, I would on my notebook, I would have tracking days left to school. I don't know if you guys counted down like that. I certainly did. But if you could count down like by months, it's right there for you. Just change how you think of your W-2. And you got to do some other things. You got to track your spending and budget, invest, get good at something. The other thing that bothers me is diversification.
Mm.
All of us got where we got because we were hyper focused. We maybe now expand and we have multiple streams of income, but none of that came until after we had ours. What do you think
Mhm.
about that, Matt?
Absolutely. I mean, that just do one thing great and then add another one and then add another one and then add another one and then another one. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people miss out on is that they never got great at one thing. They're just like, no, you don't understand. I'm completely mediocre at like 3 things.
Yeah.
Like,
I've got
awesome.
I've got 7 streams of income. They make $8 a month.
Exactly. And that's the problem is that people become too much shiny object and much more focus, grow, build. And that's what's going to make you better in your career. That's what's going to make you better in your businesses. That's going to make you better at all of these things. And so multiple streams of revenue are nice, but I always liked what Charlie Munger, rest in peace, would say, which is diversification is largely a losing strategy because it means you don't believe enough in your strategy to actually think it's going to succeed.
Right.
Paraphrasing, of course.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's really the key is I believe really a lot in my W-2. I knew I could create a bunch of money doing that. And then it was, okay, once I've made that money, now what am I going to do to invest that to make that grow even faster?
Yeah.
So I think that's what people really need to look at. They need to look at core competency and then building on competencies.
Yeah. Dion, what do you think about diversification?
So yeah, I agree with Matt, and I say this often. If you chase 5 rabbits, you starve. And instead of diversifying to become wealthy, it's once you become wealthy, then you diversify to protect your wealth.
Right.
The issue that I have with the hustle culture of you just need to be an entrepreneur even goes a step further. In the last interview I saw with Ryan Pineda and Brandon Turner, they just kind of casually threw out, well, you just develop a skill that makes $350,000 a year, and then you're fine. Like that was in the middle of the video.
Oh,
The first 8 years of investing, my best year made $61,000. That was the last one. And then my rental income started to look high enough to where the owners of the company I was at thought we better start paying him more or he's going to leave. And so they doubled and then tripled my income and I still left. When it comes to investing, one of the reasons why I think W-2 employees can do this so well is we're trained from age 5 and on that you progress.
Mhm.
Kindergarten, elementary, middle, high school, college, and unless you're like Matt and you're just like 9th grade is good enough. But
yeah, enough. Enough.
most people think, okay, so I start my job. What's the next promotion? What's the next pay increase? Instead of what's the boring thing, the not sexy thing that I can do and make it more boring because I get so good at it and not progress. I got that first duplex and then I got another duplex and then I got another duplex. And I didn't go the Robert Kiyosaki of 3 green, 1 red, sell the house, sell the small fixed rate debt to take risk on multifamily when my portfolio was too small and my income was too small to handle things like balloon payments, loan reevaluation periods, adjustable rate loans. And then I added another, all of my properties are from the MLS, fixed rate debt, super boring, not exciting, didn't happen fast, still took 10 years.
Yeah.
All happened while I had a W-2.
Yeah, I really do think the W-2 and we really, I think we need to look at it different. One of the things I think the 3 of us I'd love to brainstorm and kind of bring out in the next couple of weeks is I'm really locking into Dion something you've always told us, and I really got it a couple of months ago, and that is there really is a step zero, right? I talk about getting wealthy as 3 steps. There is a step zero. Some people can move past that based on where they are in life, but I think we should really create like a top 10 list of things that, just how do you know you're ready, like to move to step 1? So that's something we can work on for future episodes. But I really want people to realize that your day job's not a prison. It really can be the key to your financial freedom. Just act like it and then do the right things. Matt, where can people find you?
Lumberjack Landlord, YouTube and Instagram. Lots of fun stories on Instagram in the last couple of weeks with things that are amazingly ending up in our sewer pipes.
I
Yeah,
saw some
amazing.
pictures. I don't want to know.
Yeah, dear God, it's awful. People, don't flush that stuff. For Lumberjack Landlord, YouTube and Instagram, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on Sundays. We just have a barrel of fun and just answer questions.
There you go. Dion?
You can find me right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, where I do things like today's live stream is going to be on why I'm not a real estate agent, which ties into why I'm not an entrepreneur. And I have a live stream coming up Thursday on all of the investing we do before we own a rental to talk about your topic of that step zero.
Nice.
And I'm not on Instagram as much because when I have things like last month, I had an entire septic system replaced. I don't have one photo because I didn't go there. I sent an email and 3 texts.
You win. You win. You win.
You
Thanks,
can
guys.
have them send you the emails,
Could.
Steve. They can send you the
They could
pics.
take a picture. Yeah.
Because you might not have gotten the new system.
True.
All right, guys. Take care.